Hey there, comic friends and fiends. It's Rob in front of the Great Wall of Comics, and welcome to today's episode of Slab Hub. With me today is Chris Wait, you're not Chris.
What? What do you mean I'm not Chris?
You're an upgraded version.
2.0.
So Chris, the comic vet, who normally is my co-host and was slated to be on the show, got a call from the Canadian government telling him that his visa had been that his vaccination had come in, and he had to basically drop everything and go get his vaccine because apparently there's a bit of a shortage where he's at, and so you go when you can and get the vaccine. So he ran off and Chip Gettler, ladies and gentlemen, gracious enough to hop in on short notice and fill the seat, and I'm sure that you're going to do it with great gusto.
I'm going to try. I mean, I don't have the bald head. I do have a little goatee, so we'll see. We'll go from there.
Remy Q, hey, how you doing there, buddy? Shop for Comics. I know Shop would show up for sure. This is the all Spiderman edition of Slab Hub. Not all of my Spider-Man slabs. Obviously, there's some behind me that we won't be discussing, and I have some in other boxes. But this is one of the only boxes I have that is exclusively Spider-Man slabs, and a good chunk of these are going to be sub 100s. Normally, I kick this off by saying that, hey, if you see anything here that you're interested in, you can ping me, and I'm not here to sell any of my slabs, that I'm open for offers. Today's episode, no, pretty much not. This box is pretty much off. Yeah, this box is pretty much off limits and is going to be sold by nobody except for maybe my children once I'm dead, or me if I get an upgrade. So
Remy with the claim already going on.
I know, exactly. So I'm gonna go ahead and shrink you down a little bit there, and we'll go ahead. Oops, I got the wrong background for this part, so let me switch to my other background behind us there. That one doesn't work. That was better when we're like this. That way you get the Slab Hub down below. But anyways, doesn't matter.
You're fine.
I'm not a professional.
Hey, just play one on TV or internet.
Or we just play one in the bedroom. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey,
Slab Hub.
Slab Hub. That's right. I have nice intro, by the way. Did you get your wife to do that part?
Yes, actually. It was funny. It's like that Slab Hub mentioned is like I told my wife, I said, I need a woman's voice. I need her to do this. And my wife goes, well, you got two here to choose from. I said, oh no, my daughter's not 18 yet. I said, I'm making fun of a porn site. I'm not gonna exactly have my daughter do the voice intro. Dad can't do that.
No. You'd be struck down on that one.
All right.
Let's.
So these are going to go. These kind of go in numerical order. So we're going to start at the oldest Amazing Spider-Man slab I have in my book, in my box, in my collection. Even this is Amazing Spider-Man number 25.
Claim.
This, of course, in a 5.5, probably one of the sexiest 5.5s I've ever seen. There's like no spine ticks along the sides, whatever. It's really because there's some discoloration and stuff on the back, and on the pages are yellowed inside. But this is just a gorgeous book. I was happy to get it. This, of course, is the first cameo of Mary Jane Watson, although she's obscured. Her face is obscured in it. But this is that very first appearance. So I have a thing for Mary Jane. I'm working on my Mary Jane keys. And really there's only one key before this that I don't have, which is, of course, just the first time her name is mentioned. So that's one that's got to get to. Hey, Big Dave, welcome to the show. All right. So moving right along off of that one. So that one actually still in an ASM 25 in a 5.5. That's just under $300 right now. Is about what that going rate on that is. Therefore,
that yellow looks pretty good.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that yellow looked pretty good on that one.
So it's a beautiful book.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of this next book, and you're going to see a lot of these books are going to be in PGX holders because these are never to be sold books. These are like I'm preserving these things, and a lot of these books are not high grade, and so it's hey, let me throw them in there for $13 and and get it slabbed and sealed so that way it's protected. So we have Amazing Spider-Man 38. A 6.0. This, of course, being the last Steve Ditko Spider-Man.
Yep, that it is.
Beautiful book.
Mm-hmm.
A guy named Joe.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I saw Taylor open one of those up in a mystery box or something, and I was like, "God damn, that's a nice book."
Yeah.
All right, so this book here, okay, here we go. This is Amazing Spider-Man 39. So this is the first Romita Senior cover on here. Of course, this is my low 2.5 grade. The funny thing, so this is like I got this book, the next book I'm going to show, and my ASM, and I'm going to show. Actually, the next 3 books I'm going to show, I bought all together for $110 from a guy. I didn't. He was a guy I was buying a bunch of Batman books from, and he posted these. He's asked me. He knew I was interested in Spider-Man. He's like, "You have any interest in these?" And I was like, "Oh well." At the time, I wasn't going for my ASM 100s, below 100, and especially not anything that low grade. I hadn't done anything in that low yet, and I was like, not really. And finally, he just kind of threw out like, "How about $110 shipped?" And I was just like, "Oh, all right."
Twist my arm.
I guess I'll take them. So this is the next one, ASM 40.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so this is a great cover. I've got another one of these. Actually, it's off at CGC right now that I recently acquired. That's potentially a 3.5 and a 4. So this book actually will be one that I probably eventually, if that comes back away, I think this one will probably eventually go away. Freaky Louie, how you doing, brother? Matter of fact, it was funny is when I got my other one, Freaky, I was thinking that maybe I might have to send this one your way because I know how much you would never go for a slab on your own. And so who knows? You might be lucky, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This book, probably one of my favorites in the whole stack, just because of the last panel. ASM 42.
Yep.
The first full appearance, or first, it's still a cameo appearance, but the first full body facial of Mary Jane Watson. And of course, she utters those famous lines, "Face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot," or you hit the jackpot, Tiger, or whatever it is. Yep. So famous, I can't remember, put them in the right order because my brain's not thinking.
You were close enough.
People know this, but this is great. I got another one of these actually that's off at CGC as well. That I'm hoping is going to be a little bit better. It's probably not much because somebody took some ink and colored in all the eyes. So it's a question of whether or not the ink colored in the eyes of Spider-Man is worse for the grading than the chewed up cover edge on this one.
Yeah,
we'll see.
They're just remarking it for you there. That's all they're doing.
Yeah, that's right. It's remarked by some rando childhood artist.
Exactly.
MJ is without a doubt the best. I don't know what Peter ever saw in Gwen. I mean, blondes are great, but redheads, everybody knows that's where the fun is at.
That's where my wife is. My wife's a red, so I agree.
All right. And into the first full appearance of Mary Jane Watson. With this beautiful 6.0 ASM 43. Of course, Peter going out on a date, and well, like everything else, I'm sure it goes well.
Hey Rob, did you actually buy a lot of these in Slab, or you bought them raw and then shipped them to Slab?
A lot of these I bought these raw. These were raw books. Like I said, like these 3 that I had done the previous, I had bought raw all at once from one guy. Now this one was one I bought slabbed. This one, I want to say I paid like about $110 for it at the time. And keep in mind that most of my slabs I've acquired, if the ones I've bought slabbed, would have been within the last 18 months. Because previous to that, I really wasn't buying much in a way. I wasn't doing much with slabs, actually. I only started doing slabs within the last 2 years. So for the most part, that's the case. And you can guarantee you that anything that I pull out here that's in a PGX, that one definitely was a raw book I sent in myself, because I think I've only bought 2 PGX slabs of myself, because people just don't sell them.
Yeah.
They want to say it's because they don't sell much. I say it's because nobody wants to let go of them.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's see, ASM 49. So not a key, but just a fun cover. Craven and the Vulture. There, more 12-cent goodness, and a 6.0. More again of our. Would you like to learn how to draw?
Yeah.
For those guys just joining and looking for the Chris, the comic vet, he had to go get vaccinated. You know, I think he picked up syphilis. I mean, no. I mean, there's some kind of pandemic going on or something. Pish posh.
You know how it is in Canada. You know,
yeah,
up there,
that's right. They're okay. So, ASM 53. This just a Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy's first date. So while he's off gallivanting about, before he had realized that red was the way to go, he was still feeling his oats. Jump out there on that guy, 8.5.
That's nice. That's beautiful.
Yeah, so this will be, this is what I said. This was 53. So why? Oh, wow. This is not even in my inventory.
Well, then it means it needs to come to me.
I need to put that aside. Daddy needs to add it to his inventory. How did that happen? All right. ASM 56 and a 6.5. Yeah, Remy's trying to claim the it's not in your inventory. That means it's available, right? I can claim it.
Exactly.
So this is just one of those fun ones, Romita cover. This is the first appearance of Captain George Stacy.
Yep.
And that these are what I love about these. A lot of these early ASMs in these mid grades, they're not that expensive, really. I mean, people are asking a lot for them, but in reality, is a lot of times you can talk them down into you give them the reality of some of this stuff, and it's that's all of like a $90 book and a 6.0 at fair market value. So you plus or minus 10-20% on that, depending on what you might get it for. Shop, you're absolutely right. This is what I love about going through these boxes and doing this show, is that not only is it like a mystery box from opening standpoint for everyone else, just kind of see stuff you've got and people get a chance to look inside my collection. I get to share, but I have, it's an opportunity to find things I didn't know I had, I knew I had the book, but it wasn't in the inventory for some reason. I'm usually pretty good about inventorying books as they come in. Photograph for something last time I was there. Oh yeah. You forgot your dignity and your underwear under the bed, buddy.
We know he wants that one because he likes the blondes.
All right, this one is very recent. Actually, I just acquired this book this last week. I didn't do a video on recording it, though. I just kind of threw it in the box because I knew I'd be revealing it in this box. So this is Amazing Spider-Man 57.
Ooh, beautiful.
Just a not a special key, but just you get that Kazar. And I bought this from Dave and Adams Cards or something like that.
Huh.
Every once in a while I find a book there that's a decent price, and something. I wonder if something's wrong with my inventory as I'm looking at this box, and this is not in my listed as. This book might be. I wonder if this book's in my inventory, but it's not assigned to this box. Well, anyways, I think this was I paid like $120 for it.
That's not bad.
I put that on the side. That one needs to get made sure it's in the inventory. Wow, we're finding gold. All right. Oh, this one was. I remember this book. I was hoping for a better grade than this, but it's got some spine roll and it's got some bad watermarking on water staining on the
Yeah,
back
on the
side
back.
here. But this is a fun cover. Amazing Spider-Man 58.
Mm,
J. Jonah Jameson coming,
mhm.
busting through there in the whole armor. That's just a fun cover.
Yeah, awesome. That's awesome.
Let's see here. Oh, whoa, 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 ha, 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 ha. I'm sorry. All right. Yes, I agree. So, there's a lot of Silver Age covers are probably some of the damn best covers, but Spider-Man definitely has that first 100. I mean, there's only a handful of misses on that cover, on covers on there, and probably the biggest miss that jumps out to me are the two giant hands coming out of the ground, which I
Yeah.
don't know. But anyways, all right. This one, I hope that Freaky is sitting down and prepared for this one. How you doing there, Mr. Jimmy Don Kerr? Welcome to the show. Because this book right here is pure fire. One of my favorites in the entire collection. And that is the first appearance of Mary Jane on the cover.
Mm.
Look at that beautiful cover. And what's great is then you have in this book, this is ASM 59. And what's great, and this is I posted a picture on the Instagram of the Bruce Timm book I picked up for the ASM 50 of the new current run. And he basically took this Mary Jane in this outfit and spun it from the front view within, of course, Gwen and Peter and Norman behind them looking at her while she's dancing up a storm. But but if you hadn't made that connection yet, you take a look at this pose of Mary Jane here, and if you rotate it to the front and compare it to that Bruce Timm book, I wish I had it right here in front of me, you'll see it's like the exact same dance she's doing in the exact same dress and everything. It's
Very
a
cool.
great little homage.
That's great.
But that is a great book. Next up, Amazing Spider-Man number 64. Again, nothing, not a key, nothing else. So this is one of those books that, in a 7.5, you're talking again about $130 is fair market value on it. None of these books will necessarily break the bank because I don't have any of those first 15.
Yeah.
That's going to be the fun part when I finally get into diving into some of those.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here again, not a key, but it's in that run there. Shocker appearance in the ASM 72. Rocked by the Shocker.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. I'm sorry. Sorry. It is Slab Hub.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
good thing the wife left.
Yeah. So, and unfortunately, so again, so these aren't like all my, so I do have a couple books that are out for grading and that aren't in here. So like what's missing, unfortunately, are like my first, second, and third appearance of Lizard. Those are all off being graded right now and stuff. But here we do have a nice Lizard cover from the Amazing Spider-Man issue 76. It's a great cover.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's less than $100 for a 7.5 fair market value on that book right now. That's like criminal.
Yeah.
When you see some of the books right now that are going based off of pure speculation and don't mean anything, going for ridiculous money, and you see a book like that from, what is this? This was 1969.
Yeah.
And it's less than $100.
Yeah.
It's just criminal.
Especially with that dark building back there, because that thing, I mean, you see a lot of them are just beat up.
Yeah.
So that's
so this book, this will be our last of the sub 100s, but this was my first sub 100 book. And I remember when I grabbed this book because this was the first Stan Lee story book that I acquired for my collection. And that is Amazing Spider-Man $9.99.
Mm-hmm.
It was part of the wrapping up that whole drug storyline that went on there. And surprisingly, I found it hard to get the rest of this drug storyline in a price I've been wanting to pay. I keep looking for it, but but in a 9.0 no less. What's great about this is, for a while, this book was flying way under the radar. I picked this book up for $50
Oh, wow.
about a year ago.
Hmm.
And now it's about 3 times that. It's about $150 book, but so it's not really like it's not thousands of dollars or something, but
Yeah,
money is money.
it is.
All right, this book was really disappointing. I remember when I sent this in. This was on my early days of trying to guess what grades were on books before I had some good experience on it. And I really thought that this book was going to come back like a 9.0, and it came back. You're going to see it's a 6.0. And this is Amazing Spider-Man 134. It's the first appearance of the Tarantula and second appearance of Punisher in there. But came back a 6.0 because there's a subscription crease that runs down the entire length of the book that isn't really noticeable so much from the front, but on the back side, and I'm not gonna be able to get it on camera, I know that, but it just, you can see it on when you're looking at it, you just go, oh God. And that just sets that limit of, you're not going to get more with a sub crease. You're just not going to get more than a 6.5.
Yeah,
pretty much. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But still, it's a freaking gorgeous cover. I always loved how much this cover and Spectacular Spider-Man 1 are so similar and whatnot on there. But still, first appearance of Tarantula, great book to grab there, and I'm fine with it being a 6.0 in my collection.
No.
Okay. Amazing Spider-Man 143. This is the first appearance of Cyclone, but more importantly, is a key for another reason that is not listed on the CGC tag. Any idea what you think that could possibly be? I'll even give you a hint. It's a Mary Jane key. No, this is the first time Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson kiss. Is in this book.
Huh.
That makes it a super key to me. All right. Next up. Amazing Spider-Man 182.
Mm-hmm.
This is, again, and this is another Mary Jane key. Not listed on here. What's listed on here? Oh, no, it is actually. So Rocket Racer appearance, whoop-de-doo. Yeah. But Peter Parker proposes to Mary Jane in here. Mm-hmm. Now, ultimately, she's going to turn him down.
Spoiler.
Yeah. And when she does, it's pretty harsh too. Actually, I have that issue. It's off being graded, and she's just like, it is a cruel panel the way she just lets him down. But anyways, this is a book that has had some serious spec as of late and kind of joined up here. Amazing Spider-Man 210, the first appearance of Madam Web. That's we're seeing that book. That book is actually, it's calmed down a little bit. It was as high as about a $200 book in a 9.2. It's right now, I'm seeing that, because I just updated this earlier, FMV is coming back at $140 right now is all on that.
Not bad.
Amazing Spider-Man 260. Little hobgoblin action.
Mm-hmm.
This book actually is real funny. Is this started heating up just recently, because I bought this for like $50 just like I think in December.
Yeah.
And it's not a lot. It's just a 210 or $110 book in a 9.8, but it's doubled in value in 3 or 4 months. So I'll take that. Not that I'm going to sell it. And so therefore it's all paper it's just like all my stocks. It's on paper, right?
Yeah. Exactly. It's an investment.
Doesn't mean anything until you actually turn around and sell it.
Yeah.
All right. We're chugging through these quick. You're not making as many comments as Chris does.
I try to let you do
jump
your
in
thing.
there. It's all right. All right. Amazing Spider-Man 290. Peter Parker proposes to Mary Jane Watson again.
Yeah.
Spoiler, this time she'll say yes.
Yeah.
And then Marvel's going to go and screw it all up.
Yeah.
That's why we don't pay attention to part of them. This isn't a very significant book. This is just a little nothing book. Amazing Spider-Man 298 doesn't really amount to much. It's really practically worthless.
Yeah, you could send that one over to me. That's fine. I'll take that one off your hands for you.
Yeah. So what's great about this book? So I got this book along with you can't see it, but right above my ASM 300 is 299.
Mm-hmm.
It's sitting up there. Both of them are 9.8. I picked up the ASM 298 and 299 together. This was in, I think it was April or May of last year. This was going to tell you what these things, how much the market has blown up, right? I paid $450 for the pair.
Wow.
And I remember thinking, well, that's kind of on the high side at the time. And I was like, I don't know, $450. I said, I am getting to those are keys. They'll probably go up a little bit over time.
Yeah. So
I went ahead, pulled the trigger, and paid the $450.
Yeah.
Who knew that now you're sitting on, this book here is FMV is reporting at $450 right now, just for it.
Wow.
This being, of course, the Eddie Brock, first appearance of Eddie Brock, what used to be denoted as the first cameo of Venom, but it really was just his hand getting done up. But that's back in the day when 299 was considered the first appearance of Venom, before everybody started following the Hulk 181 determination of what's what, and 299 got relegated to a cameo appearance.
Yeah.
Hey there, Comic-Con. How you doing there, brother? Welcome to the show. All right, so we're skipping over. Of course, you can see there's other ones that are behind me, but we're not talking about the wall today. So out of this box, next up, the first appearance of the main man himself, Miguel O'Hara, Mr. Spider-Man 2099. Right here in ASM 365, you get that sneak preview, the 4 pages in the back, giving you that in a 9.6. Really respectable grade there, because the holograms are what is most of these. I mean, this is already tough because of the black, but most of the copies I have of this, I have not sent into slabbing, just because there's nicks or scratches on the holograms that are just going to limit it to, maybe a 9.2 or something. And, the drop in value is such that it's just not worth having it slabbed at that point. You just keep them in your collection, because I've got about like 5 or 6 copies of this because of Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
But
Spider-Man 2099 is like your catcher in the rye. You must buy it.
Spider-Man 2099. It was like, to put it into equations. I mean, for those of you guys who watch some of the stuff like Jimmy talk about 10 questions over and over again, gosh, now what's Firefly? Not Firefly. What's his name? Why am I all of a sudden the nuclear man? Firestorm.
Firestorm.
Okay. Firestorm, was like the first character that he would see on a regular basis in the stores and stuff. Hey there, Alex Big Blue. Welcome to Slab Hub. So for him, that has a special spot in his collecting because that was what was available to them. Well, for me, when I was going to the PX at the military schools that I was going to, on the spinner racks, there was very few books that were, they only had like one spinner rack of comics. Well, Spider-Man 2099 was one of those ones that was there, and it was a number one, and I was just getting into starting my reading of comics. It was like, okay, that just became like integral to me. Just totally digging that. All right, now we're going to jump a few issues. Right. Amazing Spider-Man 500.
Oh,
we made a big jump in time.
Yeah, we did, definitely.
And the reality is, look, most of what happens in the 300 range that's really interesting is either on my wall or hasn't been slabbed yet. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of just treading water, and then there's some guy named Carnage who comes along and kind of throws some stuff. But anyways, so yeah, ASM 500 there. Well, then they get into some clone stuff at some point in there, and that just turned me off. I ran away.
You weren't into the clone thing, huh?
The clone, maximum clonage, actually is what caused me to quit comics and get out of comics for an extended period of time.
Wow.
I know other people found it fun or entertaining, and at first I thought it was interesting. And yes, I don't mind the Scarlet Spider, Ben O'Reilly, but it just got out of hand and ridiculous, and was like a symbol to me of everything that was wrong with Marvel Comics at that time. So yeah, don't get Rob started on the clones.
I'm new here. I didn't quite know.
Yeah, sorry. We pulled the bandage off. I'll walk away though. All right. This one here, I hope that I don't know, it looks like Freaky may have run away, but this is the book of books. In my opinion, it is the quintessential Mary Jane cover. Right there. Amazing Spider-Man 601.
Yeah.
That is just a beautiful, beautiful cover there.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
I mean, it was great. It's like, I love this cover, and was like getting ready to send it to the J. Scott Campbell signing that was coming up.
Yeah.
But at the last minute, I was like really trying to inspect this book through the slab, and I just saw enough little defects. I knew there was no way it was going to get a grade bump, and I wasn't 100% sure that it couldn't possibly take a grade hit. And so I said, all right, I'm leaving it as is. I'll go get something else signed and leave this one alone. But this is just, if you don't have one, you need to get one. It is without a doubt one of the great Campbell covers. I mean, I've seen a ton of cosplay based off this cover. There's been a decent number of homages to this cover, even. Just absolutely gorgeous.
J. Scott did his own homage to it with Black Cat, because I had that one up there. I got those paired up next to each other. So, yeah, beautiful cover, beautiful. One of my favorites.
Hope my wife comes home soon. All right, and in that run, when J. Scott Campbell was doing some ones, he busted out a couple other decent covers there with ASM 606.
Yeah.
Oh, Black Cat.
Yep.
Mary Jane. What?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, and a little ASM 607.
There you go.
Come here, little kitty cat. Meow. All right, the last one in this box. Time has flown by. I want to make sure that you get a chance to, you felt a little dirty. You saw a little bit of stuff go on there with Mary Jane, some Felicia Hardy kick in there, but we'll bring it back to some wholesome family goodness. And that is The Marriage
of
Mary Jane and Peter Parker, giant size annual number 21. I do have the other cover as well. It's it keeps waffling as whether I'm going to send it in to get graded or not, because it's the direct edition isn't as valuable, and not that this is super valuable. It's all like $100 and something book, but it should be worth more if it wasn't for Marvel blowing up the stupid Marriage.
Yep.
Bastards. Why are they going to be home wreckers? Why don't they like family? Why doesn't Marvel support families?
It's all about the tension.
That's what we want to know. Anyways, the what do we got here? So Lego Builder says he recently got an add-on to his bedroom. It's Marvel comic book room entrance, hidden in the mirror, kind of Green Goblin, secret lair. Very cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. I don't think my wife would let me do that. I'm amazed my wife lets me do this. But that is the extent of it. So that is the joy of Slab Hub for today in the amazing Spider-Man box. I hope it delivered.
Did for me. I liked them. Very nice.
Chip, I appreciate you filling in for Chris and being not Chris.
No, that's fine.
Definitely give him some grief there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
On all that. Next week will be actually I accidentally skipped this box I had announced I was going to do, box 4. I actually was just thinking because it was the 4th episode, it must be my 4th box. But I forgot that week 3 I had done a graded box and not one of this. So I have to go back to do box 3, which is going to have a lot of Batman.
Oh, there you go.
It's almost all Batman. It's about actually 2/3 Batman. So slot it up.
I was going to say, yep.
This is the box that you want to see, brother, or anybody else who likes Batman. It's got a lot of Batman books in it. Not all, but it has a good chunk of them. So that will be a fun box to take into next week on Slab Hub. What do you got coming up this week, Chip? Anything going on your channel?
Just waiting on a couple boxes to come in or do some unboxings, and I think I'm going to do a video review on Ultra Mega tonight. So I'll probably post this up tomorrow sometime, and that's about it.
Excellent. Well, guys, if you're not already subscribed, Chip, make sure you go check out Chip's channel. Subscribe. His subscriber count is criminally low. I was actually surprised. I don't care personally for me, but I care for other people.
But thank you. I'm the same way.
So I've never planned to monetize, so I really don't care. I'm just amazed that people will come in and sit here and watch me talk about my collection and what I'm doing, and now I spend my money, and probably my wife doesn't watch.
Yep.
So I'm going to change out the description information below that currently has Chris's information there.
Oh, you can
and we'll make sure that I'm going to add your information in there.
There we go.
So that way people watching this on the replay can see link to your channel down below. Make sure you go over and check out Chip's, especially his coffee and comics, real quick shorts, some stuff there. You gotta try some Paradise Found.
Paradise Found, huh?
It's a coffee that I drink exclusively from Hawaii. It's 100% pure Kona, because the only way you can get pure Kona is to buy it from the growers in Hawaii, because in the States here you only get 10% Kona and 90% filler.
All right. I'm gonna have to try to find it.
You can buy it direct from the grower, but it's not cheap, unfortunately.
That's okay. Coffee shouldn't be cheap.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, if you want cheap coffee, that's what you can go to the diner, right?
I'm grabbing my pen and paper. Paradise Found, huh?
Paradise Found. Yes. I love it. I love that coffee. Beautiful.
Good.
Anyways, so coffee and comics, good for you. For me, guys, on tomorrow I'll be not tomorrow, because there's no cranky comic chat tomorrow. On Monday I have Monday mail call. We'll have supposed to be a CGC slab arriving, as well as some stuff I got from Noah's amazing reviews. He had a live sale. I got a box here, the stuff I picked up from Noah's amazing reviews live sale, which was great because it was 100% of his proceeds were going to comics for kids.
That's awesome.
So
that's awesome.
He's an amazing kid, and amazing that his family does together, sharing that collection and teaching him the right stuff of also giving back. So I applaud him. Shout out there to Noah. And then next week, I guess since I was on another show and I heard Jimmy say it, I can kind of say it.
Yeah.
But I'm on 10 questions this week.
Very good. Congrats.
So
finally.
You want to check out Jimmy? I know, but Jimmy ran out of guests, so he had to scrape the bottom of the barrel, and he said, "Hey, he said, hey, Rob, I know that you'll do anything, so so why don't you do this?" And I said, "Okay, you don't even have to buy me dinner first."
I know you were giving him shit about that for a while there.
I was mostly playing with him more than anything else.
I know.
Yeah, it's good to go.
Good
anyway, so there you go, folks. Thanks again for joining us on Slab Hub. I can say it right. I swear I can. Until next time, make sure you collect what you want. Don't listen to anybody. Don't let people tell you how to collect or what to collect, because it's your collection and your money. It should be fun. Until next, especially don't listen to me, because I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.